out there, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So you can look behind me and see I'm inside my shop. I got the door closed, and the reason why we're in fall, it was like 45, 46 degrees. It may be close to 50 out there right now, but I got the door shut because it's just a little bit chilly. And the reason why I'm in here, you see I got my 300 in here. I'm gonna be doing something to the 300, which is something that I wanted to do to it. I've done a lot of stuff to this car, and I'm gonna take you around it to show you everything I've done to it. All right, before I get started, I want to thank y'all for those who support the channel, those who send me comments and on different things that I'm doing. I really appreciate it. I really do. And I don't know all y'all by name. One, Brian from Fab Automotive. I watch his channel all the time, and at one point I was really kind of discouraged in the numbers that I was doing on viewership and stuff like that. And he said some really nice words of encouragement to me for me to just keep on doing what I'm doing. So I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. I'm not a great big channel like a lot of these other ones are out here, but hey, it's getting there. My subscribers are now like at like maybe 1,600, 1,600 subscribers, something like that. And I'm trying to get up more than that. So I'm just going to keep doing it, and if it goes up, it goes up. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. All right. Okay. So anyway, let me tell you, for those of you who are new to this is my 2006 Chrysler 300. Now, this is a 3.5 liter. Okay. It's not a Hemi. It's not a V8. Which it was. I wish it was. It's got rear-wheel drive, which I love the fact it's got rear-wheel drive because I do not like all-wheel drives on cars like these. Okay, now I'm going to take you through just about like everything that I've done to it. All right, when I first got this car, I got this vehicle. It was my uncle had died, and his one of the family members told me, that I could get it, they had the car at his house, and he owed some money on it from one of those payday loan places. I paid it off, got the title. Now it's mine, got everything changed over. Everything is all in mine, my name, the plates and all that. So, and when I first got it, as you can see, I got a matte, almost like satin finish on the hood. That's a wrap that I put on there. I put that on there well over a year or so ago because the hood was just so faded out. It really was. And I tried polishing everything, and it needed some work. All right. So the original tires that I had on here, original wheels, I took them off. As you can see, I got these black 20-inch wheels on it that were actually chrome when I got them. So I painted them. All right. Which I'm going to redo them again because I think they can look better than what I did to them. I'm not a big painter, but I think they can do a lot better. I can do a lot better. Now, I want you to look at the front, and you can see those rotors down there, those slotted rotors. Those are all new. Everything on the front end I've replaced, from the upper control arms to the lower control arms, forward and rearward lower control arms, tie rod ends, all that, lower ball joints, all that. Everything's been replaced on front ends because these Chryslers are notorious for having terrible, terrible front end parts. And they know they are. The way that they built these things are just, they built a beautiful car, but as far as with the front end parts and everything, shitty, very shitty. The tires I got on here, which I can turn some light on over on this side so you guys can see this a little bit more here. Okay, these tires I put on there about a year ago. These are Sure Track tires. I got these off of eBay, and I paid like $400 for the set of them. Yeah, it was $400 for the set of them. That was with taxes and everything. Plus, I had to have them mounted and balanced and stuff like that. Okay, so I did that. And like I say, all new Mac, because I can't stand a vehicle without matching tires. If you got matching rims, you got to have the same kind of tires on there as well. Let's take a look at the inside. Now, I also had the windows tinted. I tried it myself a few times. I couldn't get it because I'm not that good at it. So the way that it came out with me, it had bubbles and everything in it, and it was just crappy. As you can see in the back here, where I did some this wrap right here, where I got it coming down in a stripe, well, not in a small section on the hood, same way over on the other side. Look at where that leaf was, and see, that's what a leaf does. If a leaf said, see how it etches right and stuff, but I can get that off of there. That's the reason why if you got leaves and stuff on your car, you need to pull them off. I put a rear diffuser on the back of it. as you can see back there. Okay, let's see. As far as, let's go on the inside. All right, I changed out the entire stereo system, and I put that one. This one I got off of Amazon, as you can see that one right there, and it came along. This system right here came along with this plate, and I got that and the whole thing for like, it's like about $110, and it's got navigation system, it's got Google, it's got all that on it, so it's pretty good. Now, as you can see, I got some pretty cheap looking pleather seat covers. You notice I said pleather, not leather. The seat covers that are over on it. So, but they do what they do, because I got a rip in that seat over there. So I've been looking online, and a few people had some SRT seats and stuff like, but they just want too much for them. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a set of customs, not the cat skins, because I hear customs are pretty good and they cost half the amount of what cat skins cost. So I'm gonna get me some cat skins and put some cat skins on it. Not cat skins. I mean, I'm not gonna get cat skins. I'm gonna do the customs on it. All right. The yellow wheels, the yellow brakes, those are actually brake pad covers that are over there. They kind of look like they're made to look like Brembos, but they're not really Brembos. They're just basically covers. As you can see, I got them on the front, and you got them on the back, which I'm going to repaint them over, because since what I'm doing to the wheels, it's going to bring them out a little bit more. Now, I want y'all to see, take a look around here, and you can see where my tires and my wheels are. You can see the tires are pretty much flush with the vehicle. I mean, it's got just a slight, and you can see it's got like maybe a slight poke on it from where the tires kind of come out a little bit, but I want a little bit more. I don't want them to stick out like they're crazy, but I just want, because, well, if you really look at this from the side, they pretty much just about flushed with the top of the fender wells, which is right up here, okay, on the front and the back. That's pretty much flush. So what I want is, I want to bring them out possibly like about, at least about right there. I want to bring them out another inch to, not maybe a half an inch. I want to bring them out a half an inch, okay? I don't want them out too far, but I'm bringing them out half an inch, which is going to take us over to what I got, which just came from off of eBay that I got, which I'll show you this. And so as I was saying, these just came last night from, and I got them off of eBay, all right? So let's see, I might turn this upside down. These things are pretty heavy. I mean, you can pretty much, you guys can guess what it is, right? Well, I mean, I told you when, you know, I was showing you the wheels and the tires. You know, they are wheel spacers, okay? All right. Let's get this out here. Open these up, because there are 2 in each box. Okay. All right. They got them all wrapped together. Now these come with some rubber gloves, which I won't use because I got some nitro gloves. I mean, these are the thinnest little things that you want to see. I mean, very thin. But I mean, if you don't have nitro gloves, then yeah, you know, you can use them. Okay. So that over there. Okay. And this is what the wheel spacers look like, okay? And these are 2-inch wheel spacers. And that's what I'm gonna put on there. And that's gonna give me a little bit more poke than what. And what I always order whenever I got wheel spacers, let me show you, okay? I'll set this right here real quick. And these are, I'll show you the ones that I took off my F-150. And the reason why I didn't need them on my F-150 is because my wheels that I bought, those bronze wheels that I got on my F-150 have a, I think it's got something like a -12 offset, which make them sit out enough. I had these on there when I first put those wheels on, and they just stuck out too far. And I think it looks kind of crazy when you're sticking out that far, you know. So those were the ones for the F-150. You see, those are 6 lugs, and they're hub-centric. If you're going to put wheel spacers on your vehicle, make sure that they are hub-centric. Now, the ones that are not hub-centric are going to be cheaper. And the reason why They're going to be cheaper because they're not hub-centric. What hub-centric does, it makes that, what this thing sits on, when you put this on your wheel, what it sits on where your, oh my God, come on, I'm having a brain freeze. After you set it in the slots, this basically, the hub-centric part is where your wheel rides on. It rides on that. Without this, that thing will be rattling, can move around like that. You can squeeze them tight as you want, and they can sometimes come loose. But to me, hub-centric are a lot much more, they're more safer. And these, I think these are some kind of forged steel, aluminum. I'm not really sure what they are. They cost a little bit more because I didn't want to get them real cheap ones that'll pop off on me. But, these are some real good ones. I mean, these were, I paid for these when I first bought these. These were like, for the set of 4 of them, were like close to 200, maybe about $175, $180. Okay, but they're good ones, and you will want something good like that on your truck. You don't want the crappy wheel spacers. You don't want a chance of these things popping off. But see, I took those off of mine. I have them over here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them out there and selling them because I don't need them. I don't need these. I'm not gonna put them back on my F-150, and I'm not putting any more new wheels on my F-150 because I'm gonna get, when I get a new truck, I'm thinking about going to a 250. Okay, I've been checking out some F-250s, and I'm telling you, man, those 6.7 liters, those things are very nice. They're very nice. So, but anywho, we're gonna get back to this right here, and this is what these are. As you can see by the numbers right there, these are 2-inch, and these are 5 by 114, 0.3 millimeters. Okay, and that's the size of my wheels. All right, that's the size of my wheels fit. So I'm gonna get this jacked up and get them on there, and we'll put one on there and see how far the ones in the front stick out afterwards. All right, so with the wheels off, you can see I got, those are the 1.5-inch, and I bought these. These been on there now for a couple of years. Okay, and as you can see, they were torqued on pretty good. If I can pull this down like this, and you can see the difference between those two. Okay, and that actually is out about a 1/2 inch more, or something like that. Okay, but you can see the difference in the height of them with that one, which is right there, and that one's a little bit thinner right there. So we're gonna get my spray anti-seize. So I got this red and tacky, this Lucas. You can see it's called red and tacky grease. It's anti-seize. Exact amount of poke that I wanted right there. That's what I want. See how that protrudes outside of the fender? Let's take a look at this side, and let's go over in the front and look at the driver's side, and you'll see the difference. Okay, there's that one flat on from the driver's side, and you can see that's pretty much, that's flush with the, it's just a little bit more out, than the fender is. But over here, this is the amount of poke that I wanted. That's the amount of poke that I wanted, just like that. So I'm going to get the other 4 done, and we'll see the ending results. So in parting ways, I want to thank y'all for hitting those likes and subscribe buttons, and please help the channel grow. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. I'm going to take it out on the road. I'm getting ready to go about 100 miles on to see what happens. I'll let you know. Peace.
Had it just like that, had it right on track, and I keep finding